This
Good evening,
conference will
sir.
now be recorded.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah, yesterday we moved into SDLCs and we understood what is the purpose of SDLCs and how SDLCs are followed. Okay, in that we moved into sequential models. In that sequential, I discussed waterfalls model. Next model is V model. So, what is V stands for? What is V model means? V stands for verification and validation. Okay, V stands for verification and validation. That's what they give. V. One side we go for verifying the software, another side we go on validating the software. In this V model, basically testing and development will be done parallelly. Testing and development will be done parallelly. So any model it follows like waterfalls only. Simple as it. But in waterfalls model, what the problem we have is we don't have verification phase basically. Just we get the requirements, we develop, we test and release to customer. But here, every phase is reviewed. Verification means nothing but reviewed to ensure for the completeness and correctness of the documentations or any process we are going on. So in this V model, by doing verification in all the phases, we are going to verify all the documents and standards whether we are in the right track to deliver right product to customers or not. And testing team will be involved in the beginning of the project. Whereas in waterfalls model, we are recruiting only after completion of developing the software because of budget issues also. Parallel to all the phases will involve and we design various scenarios and test cases. That means when developing is going on, along with that parallel development to parallelly, we have to go on our own business. And once we get a build, we call build, B-U-I-L-D. Build means what? EXE file, executable application. Once we get executable application from development team, whatever test cases you have prepared, we should go ahead and execute all the test cases. That's what say. In V model also, what is happening? First, your business analyst is the right person to go to the customer and gather their business requirements. After gathering their business requirements, before developing SRS documentation or FRS documentation, he has to verify that requirements, whether he gathered right requirements or not. Once he's gathering right requirements, once he confirmed that they're the right requirements, then only he can start developing SRS documentation for that. So after completion of developing SRS documentation, then system architect fellows will come into picturization and they'll go for designing HLD, high level design, low level design. Even after developing architecture, markup architecture, the developer has to verify it again. He has to verify for the completeness and correctness. And even low level design fellows also have to verify architecture, whether they're the right architecture or not. That means see, after completion of designing software only, developer will write source code for the entire designing. And after developing the source code, here developers what they're doing, they're going to divide that code into different units and they have to do some testing. That is called unit testing. Unit testing is done by developer, not by tester. So what is happening during unit testing? Whatever the units he has divided, he has to ensure that every piece of code is working correctly or not. After confirming that, then only he can start integrating the software. Integrating means what? Combining all the modules. And that combined modules we call build. That build will be given to whom now? To testing department. And what you guys are doing, so that means integration testing, unit testing comes under what? White box testing. So these are all white box testing. After completion of integrating the software, then only testers will involve and you guys have to get that build from developer and you have to go for executing the software. That means whatever test case you prepared, I told you when developing is going on, you are not free in the organization, right? Whatever test case you have prepared, execute all all those test cases against that build and ensure that every functionality is working correctly as per customer given business requirements or not. So after completion of testing, we deploy. Deploy in the sense we release or we install in client system. We'll integrate in client system and we go for one more testing called as UAT, user acceptance testing. So during UAT testing, what we are doing, we are releasing a trial version or a beta version to client systems, we integrate in client system, and we're asking to your customer to work on it, and we'll take his feedback. Feedback in the sense he'll verify whether our developed software done according to his given business requirements or not. So that system testing also will be done based on SRS. Integration testing will be done by developer based on HLD. Unit testing will be done based on low level design. That's what I'm saying. They'll check parallelly and ensure that everything is perfectly working. That means compared to waterfalls model, some advanced features are available. This waterfalls model, V model, both are comes under what? Sequential. Sequential means what? We can go for single version development. We cannot go for multiple version developments. So that's what. It all depends on the client business requirements only. We have to use this kind of SDLCs. At the same time, so what are the advantages we have with this V model means? With the verification, we can cross check in every phase whether we are in right track as per requirements or not. Testing team will be involving from start. Any deviation to the requirements, they can identify in the earlier stages. That's a good advantage we have. We can ensure quality product or project delivered to client on time and on budget. Drawbacks again, stable requirements are required to continue this model. Stable means what? There should not be any uncertain requirements here. We want, once the requirements are given, the requirements should not keep on changing while developing the software in between. And more budget required due to maintaining testing team from beginning of the project. That is not, it all depends. See, it all depends on the client. If client is able to invest, we are ready to deliver a product. So this waterfalls model and V model are suitable only for small types of projects. They may take long duration. They may take 1 year time or 6 months time or whatever may be. We are going to develop accordingly. But coming to next models, incremental or iterative models. Look at that. Incremental or iterative. What is the meaning of incremental? Incremental means step by step we go on releasing. Iterative models means we are going with multiple cycles. So these incremental models or iterative models are suitable for very big projects, and this during this incremental model we are going to divide them into various modules, and all SDLC activities will be carried out one by module by module. What are the activities we are following for the first cycle? We carry on to all the cycle. To every module, we go on following the same process. Whereas in sequential models, what I said, all SDLC activities will be carried out for the entire project. But here, we are carried out by module to module. So here, the modules becomes under RAD model, rapid application development model, prototype model, spiral model are the best example for this incremental or iterative models. Okay, let's see what is rapid. What is the meaning of rapid? Rapid means what? Fast development. Yes, my customer want within short period of time we want deliver his product, and it's a very big project. It's not a small project, it's a very big project. Within short period of time we want deliver his product. In that situation, I cannot go with waterfalls or V model. What I should do now? If you go with RAD model, in this RAD model, we are going to divide your big projects into various modules. And every module will be considered as one mini project. Every module will be considered as one mini project. And a separate team will be scheduled. We have to schedule separate team for that. To implement all SDLC activities for all those modules simultaneously. That means, see that we got one project from your customer and we are dividing that project into module 1, module 2, module 3. For every module we have waterfalls. See that one waterfalls model, one waterfalls model. That's what we call incremental. Means what? Whenever we go with multiple life cycle of waterfalls, we call incremental. Separate team, developer, tester, developer, tester, developers, testers. Once the projects are divided like this, once the team is ready, when everything is ready, we'll ask them to start at a time, simultaneously. And once all modules are implemented, all these modules will be combined as one software and will deliver to customer. Yes, RAD model is expensive model. Why? Because it requires huge resources here. 100% we have. But anyway, see, customer, it all depends on the customer. It is recommended when there is a short time for developing a project. It is always recommended when there is a short time for him. Whenever they are recommending us, whenever demanding that way, we have to go with this kind of model. In that cases, we can go for RAD model. Rapid, where rapid means what? Very fast development. Even though it's a big project, we're able to divide them into various modules and we schedule separate team. If customer is investing, what can we do? None of our business, right? Your client is not going to invest single paisa on this, don't worry. In that cases, we can go for RAD model also. This is one way of going with RAD. Not only RAD, we have prototype also. What is meant by prototype basically? When we go for a prototype generally, what's the meaning of prototype basically? Anybody?
Sir, I have one doubt in rapid models.
Yeah, tell me, ma.
Sir, we are dividing project into 3 modules.
Yeah.
Each module has different testers and different developers. We will take different testers and different developers.
100%.
Are same.
How can it is possible? That's what I'm saying. For this one waterfalls model means we have developer tester. Here also we have separate developer, separate tester. One fellow cannot do implement all them.
Okay.
Separate team is required.
Okay.
Okay? We cannot
Okay.
go with one team. Yeah, what is meant by prototype here generally? What's the meaning of prototype? When we go for a prototype, what's the meaning of prototype? No idea? Prototype means suppose your customer is giving us a very big project. Assume that your customer is giving a very big project and your customer himself is not having clarity. Like what clarity? He's not having clarity on his requirements. He don't know what exactly we need to develop in his project. A lot of confusion. Say for example, you are planning for a very big building construction, a complex in 5 acres or a very big building you are planning. Initially, we don't get any clarity on that. In that case, what we'll do, we'll ask your builder to get one prototype for that building. So what this builder will be doing, he's not going to do that. He's going to contact one civil engineer, a technical department, and he'll be giving our requirements to that civil engineer. According to your requirements, he will draw one diagram, which makes sense to everybody. He will explain us very clearly how to overcome the problems. Wherever you have a problem, he will explain us how you are overcoming that problem and constructing that building. It makes sense to customer, it makes sense to your company and everybody, right? So prototype means before going for actual development, before going for real development, we need to develop dummy application. We need to develop dummy in the sense presentations, pictorial representations. we need to present to the customers, and we should give some presentation to customer on that prototype. If client is accepting that prototype, then only we'll go for actual development. That means prototype model is very costly model, very costly model, because it's not that easy. We require some various technical departments should work on it. It's not that easy, right? They have to prepare some presentation, and even see here, company has to invest during prototype. Client will not invest any single paisa on that. The company itself has to invest on it. Why? Because company has to satisfy your customer. Then only you can give project to your company. The company has to invest on their own money and they have to get ready. That means in bidding, only top MNCs will participate and they'll give the presentation to the customers. So that means prototype means this model is recommended when the application size is big and customer business requirements are not clear. Your application size is very big and customer business requirements are not clear. He is not clear about his requirement. First, customer, we need to justify your customer. Without justifying your customer blindly, we cannot do that, right? So as requirements are not clear, instead of constructing actual application, a dummy application called prototype will be developed and demonstrate to customer to get early feedback. 100%. You take any big projects here, any big constructions also, they don't directly approve it. Customer acceptance is very important at that situation. That's what client will be asking companies. He'll choose 2-3 companies here initially. He may choose 2-3 companies, and he'll give chance to the companies. Hey, go and get me the presentation. Who is giving good presentation? I'll be giving my project. So these companies will fight for that. So which company is giving good presentation in terms of budget, in terms of duration, in terms of all aspects, then client will approve that project to that particular company, right? That's what. So once the customer approves the prototype, and that approved prototype, system requirements will be prepared and verified. System requirements in the sense SRS. We are preparing SRS based on that prototype only. It gives clear picturation for customer. He can understand what exactly is happening in his project. He's getting one picturation. So all SDLC activities will be carried out based on SRS. Based on that SRS, we carry on all the activities. SD, same waterfalls again. If any changes requested by the customer after delivering the system, the same will be documented as change request. Change request. And these changes will be incorporated in the existing system requirements SRS. Based on that modification made on SRS, all remaining SDLC activities will be updated. Yes, you have developed one piece here, one version has been developed to your customer, and he's asking us to make some changes in the next coming version. 100%. Whenever clients are requesting any modification, we have to modify first in SRS. We have to update that in SRS. Any modifications are done in SRS, everybody, your design people, developer, testing, everybody should go and test again, develop again, do it, development again, testing will be done again. So how long this process will be followed? These cycles will be continued for all the modules in the project until we complete that picture, prototype what client has given. We should go on. It may take 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. It's not an issue. That means prototype is very costly. We have to invest more. You see, the loss will be not for customer. The loss will to the client side only. I mean, to the companies only. Because they are investing and giving presentations, right? Who will give good presentation, then they'll get benefits. Who are losing that project, they're losing that money. Whatever invested on that prototype, they're losing that money. They're investing close together in developing prototypes. That's what big, only top MNCs will participate in this kind of prototype model to grab the project from the customers. It looks like this. That get user requirements, develop a prototype, and verify. Verify in the sense, give demonstration to customers. Demonstrate them. If they're accepting your prototype, dummy, this is a dummy. Then, based on this prototype, start developing SRS and verify it. Same again, design, coding, testing, deliver to the customer. Any change requirements, client requesting us, again we have to modify in SRS documentation. Once SRS is modified, then again we have to modify in every stage again, one by one, like that. So prototype is followed whenever it is a very big project and whenever client is not very clear about his requirements. Okay, in that situations only this will be useful for the customers. Am I clear to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Any questions on this, please?
Yes, sir.
Any questions on this, please?
No, sir.
Right. Okay, na? So that is what happens in incremental models. See, RAD model is followed whenever we want to develop within short period of time. Prototype is followed whenever your client is not very much clear about his requirements. When they are unstable. Right? In that situations only we are supposed to go for this kind of models. Somebody resound. Somebody mic resound. Somebody mic resound. Yogeshwar. Thank you. Okay. And the last model what we have is spiral model. Spiral. Generally, why do we go with spiral model means? Spiral model. Why you call it spiral model? Spiral means it looks like a spider nest. Like spiral binding books. When we start at one point, you should continuously go on until you reach that end stage, right? Accurately. Even spider nest also, it looks in circles. It's very clever in building that nest, right? It takes long time and it won't leave any space or it won't leave any gap. Anything coming inside, no, there is no way to go outside. It makes in such a way for its prey. The same way, spiral model, whenever clients are expecting 100% accuracy, I want 100% quality. Then this model is suitable for specific projects like NASA applications. NASA, satellites, rockets launching and all that. 100% we want 100% accuracy, right? Otherwise, we cannot launch the rockets or we cannot success in it. In that situation, this spiral model will come into picturization. In spiral model also, once we start at one cycle, we go on developing n number of cycles. We don't know when we stop it. NASA people, we don't know when they're going to, there's no stop for it. They go on developing every 6 months or 3 months, they go on developing some new technology and launch to keep on launching rockets, right? The same way, see, here also, here we are getting requirements. Once we are getting requirements, we need to analyze those requirements. After analyzing the requirements, designing will be done, coding will be done, testing will be done. Same waterfalls everywhere, waterfalls model. But when this spiral model will be followed means whenever customer wants 100% quality accuracy on his software, in that cases we can go for spiral model. But here advantage here what advantage we have with this waterfall spiral model is high visibility will be there for client on his product or project. High visibility, you can observe every time. 100% accuracy we can provide. But drawback here is more time consuming, of course, and also required more budget. When you drag the project, obviously we have to invest more and more money. You delay 1 month, if your company is delaying 1 month, what will happen here? If 1 month is delayed to client, 1 month he has to pay to company. 1 month payment will be not like 1 rupee, 2 rupees, lakhs together, crores together. 1 month, every clients are paying hourly based to companies, right? So if they're delaying 1 week also, it's a huge loss to customer. That's what. Whenever you see, we choose SDLCs based on what? Based on client business requirements, depending upon duration of the project, depending upon environment resource required for that project. We have to consider some factors. Blindly, I can't say go and implement that waterfalls or this model. 100% they have to maintain some accuracy. In that situations only these models will come into. So all these models are used for what? Developing software. Remember, you are a manual tester, automation tester, QTP tester, Selenium tester, load runner tester, manual tester. Any tester will have the same process. Remember that. Everybody should go with the same process. If company is going with agile process, then everyone should go under that agile process only. Development team, testing team, everybody. If a company is going with waterfalls model, everyone should go with that process. They'll set that guidelines. We should go according to that guidelines, and we have to develop and test and do everything. That means why you are learning all these SDLCs? Just to know the process, how the development is happening, and what stages we have in developing a software, what every stage is explaining us. Here, I would like to explain the complete notes for this complete all SDLCs, what I discussed so far. I prepared some notes over here so that you can explain to interviewer. See that any SDLC, requirements analysis, designing, coding, testing, delivery, maintenance, commonly we follow. See, look at the first phase, requirement phase. Who are participating here during requirement phase? Business analyst, your project manager, technical lead, or development lead. These members will participate. What is the process behind that? Is based on appointment date given by the client, along with project manager, development lead, technical lead. They're all optional. They may come or they don't come, but business analyst is mandatory. Business analyst will go to the client location and gather all requirements of that particular customer product. After gathering requirement from the client, these fellows, they'll come back to the company and they'll start documenting requirements. Documenting what? The requirements which is easily understandable to all the teams. What is that documentation means? SRS, right? That SRS is not only for one fellow here. Even business analyst is not right person to develop a software. He is never involving in developing, only gathering requirements. If I'm a developer, if I want to understand about that project, I should write in such a way. Then only I can understand it. So after the business analyst will share the document requirements to customer. That's what I told you. And he has to verify all his requirements are covered, are documented, and he'll update to the business analyst if and all any requirements needed to update. We'll send one copy to client. Client will verify that. If any modification is required, he'll request them to modify. So once business analyst get approval from the client, then he'll give sign off to the requirements document. So that one, see, first stage is very important stage. If we do mistakes in the first stage itself, remaining all stages we have the same problem, right? See that what are the outputs we are getting? As I told you, some companies call SRS, BRS, FRS, BD, BDD, all of them are same here. Don't use all these terminologies, okay? Anyone you can say, my company follow SRS or FRS, enough. What is FRS, SRS? Now you know that. It is a documentation which contains the customer business requirements, customer functional requirements with the specifications, with the test data, with the use case diagrams, task flow diagrams, which gives detailed information about any functionality for that particular project. So that is what happens during requirement phase. So once the documentation is ready, SRS is ready, immediately they go for next phase is called analysis phase. Here during analysis phase, first they have to go for feasibility study. Feasibility study, selection of technology and environment, requirement analysis, team building should be done, understanding document should be done, and also should go for planning. What is feasibility study? Yes, as per the budget and time provided by bidding team, here we are going to cross verify whether we are able to complete entire project by above budget and time or not. Feasibility means which is possible, which is not possible. Yes, during bidding time, yes, they gave some time and they gave some budget. It's better before we start that project, better to cross check it. Better to cross check it. And to ensure that, suppose if it demands like time is not sufficient, we can request developer. We can request our business analyst and we'll contact the customers. If that budget is demanding, we'll inform him. It's better. Initially, we have to take care of it here. We can't keep on fighting every day. It's not like a local project. So that they'll ensure it, whether it is possible, which is not possible. Whatever not possible, inform to client. If I want to make that possibilities, then I'll ask him extra some budget, 100%. So we have to demand the customers initially. And once everything is okay, feasibilities in terms of budget and duration, then they'll go for selection of technology and environment. Here, your manager will discuss with the architect fellows, development leads, and they'll choose based on the requirements, based on the project, they'll choose which is the best technology for that project based on the environment, like whether to go with Java or Dart, that is taken care by them. And after that selection of technology, requirement analysis. Here, during requirement analysis here, project manager, development lead, test lead, all these guys, they have to take some, see, now, up to now, who has knowledge means only business analysts have that project knowledge. Even your manager they don't have any knowledge on that project. That's what, they will sit with that business analyst and they will start, the business analyst may give some kind of KTs to them, KTs, knowledge transfer sessions. He will train them or he will explain about that project, and whatever doubts they have to clarify, because these fellows has to get knowledge on that current project because they are going to work on that. And they should explain to the team members also at the same time. If they don't have knowledge, what they can explain to team members. That's what they'll give some training. After, once they got the knowledge, then they'll focus on team building. Team building. Yes, now manager understood what is that project. Your leaders also understood what that project. Now they can concentrate how many members we required, how many developers required, how many testing team required. Based on the understanding of the requirements, the above phases what we have, now they'll start finding out how many members we required, resources we required for developing and testing. So based on the availability of resources, they may use from the bench strength or they may recruit from outside. First importance will be given to existing employees. Some fellows will be in bench. If the team is not sufficient, then they'll start recruiting from outside people. That's what team building. And once the team is formed, yes, developers are formed, testing team is formed, ready. Their people are ready. Yes, one fellow came with 5+ experience, one fellow came with a fresher. Whatever the team, both teams are formed. And these guys doesn't have knowledge, right? Whoever selected for that project, they may not have knowledge on that project. And it is business analyst or your manager's responsible. That's what, see, understanding document is very important. For understanding all requirements, business analyst is going to provide a requirement session to the both development team and testing team. Nearly it is for 7 to 10 days, depends on the size of the project. They'll give some training to all the people, don't worry. That's what I told you. You join any project, any company, they don't directly ask you to work on the project without having knowledge on it. So they'll train you. So based on the understanding, they have to prepare their own understanding documents, which is going to use for giving reverse knowledge transfer presentation to the client also. Yes, sometimes your client may ask you to explain about it. You should, so don't simply go to that sessions and simply sit and listen to them. Prepare something, do some research and prepare so that anytime if anyone asking, you should be able to explain them also at the same time. So that's what I'm telling. In any company, you don't test any project or you don't develop any project without knowledge. Minimum knowledge is required, compulsory. And finally, planning. What is planning here? Once everyone got knowledge, once everyone is ready with that knowledge of that project, then they'll prepare leaders, they'll prepare their own project lead plans. For testing team, one plan, for developers, one plan, and they'll send that plan to client and client should approve. Finally, the process will start. Here, participants who are participating here is business analyst, project manager, team lead, test leads, development team, testing team, architect. Finally, outputs what we're getting very good SRS documentation and a very good project plan. That is what analysis. So once this process is done, see that requirement query document is the document containing question of both developer and testing people. And then either developer or test lead are going to share this document to business analyst for update. Yes, we have a query documentation in the real time. I mean, if you have any queries, now you are going through SRS here. You have some questions on it. Don't keep it with you. Post your questions in that query documentation. By next day, you'll get reply from that business analyst immediately. Okay? What sometimes some SRS, some fellows they don't write perfectly. There is half of the knowledge, half of the things we don't get complete knowledge in that situation. So make a note of it. Whatever doubts you have, make a note of it and immediately post your questions to your respective department. They'll answer you also the next day. That's what. Next, design phase. Who are participating here is architect. Right? So what is happening in design phase means, based on the understanding of the requirements, architect will prepare design documents which are going to use for developing GUI, graphical user interface parts of the application, along with understanding of application flow. Yes, now they start designing the software, usabilities, everything they'll develop it. Finally, they're getting outputs like what? High level design document, low level design document. Here, design fellows, unified modeling language, UML we call UML, unified modeling language, is used for creating diagrams, flow charts with effective manner and easily understanding to all team members. Yes, you might sometimes testing team also in real scenarios, you may have to go with the documentation of HLD because it's a pictorial representations, right? We can easily understand. Picture gives more information than text. They'll draw such a beautiful diagrams, flow diagrams like a use case, the flow of the project, where it starts, where it ends, what is main module, what is sub module, everything they'll give in diagrammatic way. If you have any doubt, go and refer them before you write test cases, not a problem. So that is what happens in design phase. Next, coming to coding phase. Who are participating in this development team, a programmer. What they're doing? Developing some programming statements. What the output they're getting a build. Build, they call build, or AUT also people call AUT. Application under test also we call. What is a build? Build is nothing but it is a part of software containing some features and delivered to testing team for verifying the application functionality. What are the modules they planned already? They're going to combine them, right, during integration testing, and that features modules will be sent to testing team for testing it. And here, very important document we receive from developer, SRN. Not only build, remember, we are getting a build plus SRN from developer. That's very important. Now you know what is a build. Build means what? A software containing some features. What they already selected, they'll combine them and they'll send to you for testing purpose. Along with that build, we are getting SRN also. SRN, software or service release note. People call software release note or service release note. Remember, testing department, especially testing department, don't accept any build from today I call build. Don't accept any build from developer without SRN. What that SRN contains, you know, who developed that software means not by you. It's purely developed by developer, that we know very well. What they developed, we don't know. What they modified in that software, no idea. How many modules are under construction, no idea. How many bugs so far they fixed, no idea. That means you want to get that awareness, testing department, before you start testing any project, you need to get this kind of awareness. You should know what have been developed in it. You should know what they modified, in which modules they modified. It's like MS Word or PDF document, 4-5 pages document, they'll send to you. Before you start testing, open that and see that. Study, go and study. You'll understand, oh, this many models we need to test in this current version or current build. Oh, this many models are under construction. Oh, this many bugs have been fixed by developer. Get awareness. For example, if you take a mobile, if new mobile releasing to market, before releasing a mobile, they're releasing press release, right? Nowadays, press release. In that press release, they're explaining about that mobile clearly. What are the specifications added for that new mobile? What the difference between old version and new version? They'll explain very clearly in that documentation, so that it makes sense to customers whether to purchase or not to purchase it. The same way, you get clarity what exactly we need to test in that project. We get a clarity. So for every build, remember, testing team, you have to receive build plus SRN. So after getting that build and SRN, testing team, what you do, guys? Testing phase. Now it is a phase. During this phase, testing team will be involving to perform testing on the application by executing the test cases. What I said yesterday, when developing is going on, you are busy with the test case preparation and all that, right? So testing team is performing different types of testing like sanity testing. We go with different techniques. Security testing, usability testing, functional testing, etc., etc., etc. We'll discuss all these techniques, don't worry. After successful completion of executing of all test cases, when all defects are closed, development team will deploy into production or live. Look at the point. When all defects are closed, all of you know that. Who is going to close the defects? Defects are closed by testing department, not by developer. Whatever defects are fixed by developer, it is our responsibility to retest them again. If they are working correctly, then we are about to close the defects also at the same time. So that is happening during testing phase. Last phase, what we have? Delivery and maintenance phase. What is delivery? Whenever testing phase is completed, it means all test cases need to execute with the testing team, and there are no open defects with the development team. That's very important. There are no open defects. Open defects means what? What is the meaning of open? Open defects means still working by developer. I cannot deliver to customer with open defects. Kada? Nobody can do that. That's what. Before we deliver any product to customer, we need to ensure that whatever test case required for that version should be executed. All test cases should be passed, and there should not be any open defects with the development team. Based on the client, with help of this own team, going to deploy into real-time environment, so that it can be used by end users. Delivering into production. Maintenance. Yes, 100%. You deliver one product to customer. Whenever end users keeps on working on our software, when they get any issues which leads to stop their business, then with the help of client or vendors, they are going to post their those issues to the specific development team for fixing them. Yes, we are giving, every company will have some statement of work, SOW, statement of work. They'll write some agreements. That saying that we will be supporting for this many years. So whenever they face any issues, we see maintenance projects. We call maintenance projects, right? Some of your friends working on maintenance projects, supporting the customers. 24 hours we need to support them. Once you purchase a car, 100% every 3 months, 4 months we have to give it for maintenance. Yes or no? 100% we have to give for maintenance. 100% we have to spend again some money on that. Purchasing is very easy, but maintenance is very difficult. We should get ready with everything, right? That's what. So SDLCs, these are the process, step-by-step process followed by organizations for developing a software in order to deliver a right product, right software to the customers. Am I clear to all of you guys?
Sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Finally, before going to agile process, I'll show you the process. Project management process is that. How the process followed. PMLC, project management life cycle. Company means not only you and everybody. Company means we want client. There should be a marketing manager. There should be a project manager. There should be a business analyst. And there should be a project lead. And your leader is called QA lead, QA, quality assurance. And you have a developers. And you guys called tester? No, we call QA team, quality assurance team. See that any company, any SDLC, what's happening? What I told you. Client will be giving his requirements to your company, and the company has to go with the very first document, initial stage, project initiation stage. And once the client is given his business requirements, RFP, request for planning, his request for planning. Based on the requirements, we are preparing a plan for the customer. The plan in terms of budget, the plan in terms of environment, the plan in terms of resources. We'll plan in Excel sheet and we'll send that proposal to client. If client is approving that proposal, what you have given up, immediately they'll go for third stage. What the third stage is? Requirements and analysis. Means developing SRS documentation. After developing SRS, again we are sending one copy to client. 100%. Again, client has to approve it. He'll check it out. Everything as we developed according to his expectations or not. Then only next stage, fourth stage, system design. System design is architect fellows, right? These fellows, they're developing mock-up designs, architectures, frameworks, and they have to send one copy again, a mock-up architecture to customer. 100%. Mock-up means what? Trial, not real. And once we are sending that mock-up, client will go through that mock-up. If want any modifications, we'll make that modification. So he has to approve that compulsory. Once client is approving that markup, no more client involvement. Look at that. Now they start detailed design, means real design. They start designing the software. After designing the software, next stage is coding stage. Programmer, right? Developing program and testing that program by using unit testing. And they are maintaining their own logs. Logs means results. How many pass, how many fail, they'll maintain. After coding and unit testing, system integration will be done by the developer. After integration, immediately we are going to test the software, testing team. After testing that software, Here also we are going to maintain our own logs. How many test cases are passed, how many test cases are failed, compulsory. After completion of testing, next stage is deployment. Deployment is then nothing but installing in client system. We'll provide all guidelines, documents to client and we'll install. And finally, we are going for acceptance testing. See, we're integrating in client system and we're getting his feedback. That is called, testing is called what? Acceptance testing. If anything to modify that software, we get to one board called change management board in real time. This fellows, all the clients will send their feedback to in Excel to change management board and we'll check it out again and we'll rectify them again. We'll release to customer. And finally, 11th stage, we are going to sign up the product and support the customers and provide maintenance to customers. 13 stages are followed step by step, step by step, step by step. So developing software is not like something purchasing something in the market, right? We have to go in all aspects. Then only we're able to achieve the targets. Okay, guys? That's all. Let's see how Agile is also followed. That we'll see tomorrow. How Agile is followed and all that. And today, I'll send you all these documents to all of you guys. You can refer them. All SDLCs so far what we did. Basic things I'll forward your emails. I got all your updated emails. Okay, na? Is it clear to all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah. From tomorrow,
Yes, sir.
we'll go to we go with Agile and all this. Okay, na? Okay. See you guys. See you tomorrow. Any questions you can ask me. Okay, fine. See you tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.